What's good, y'all? I'm back with another video. Y'all thought you about to wait a month? Okay, probably cool. I was thinking about it. I was just sitting back like one video a month's good. Nah, fuck that. Rap Nectar, back at it. Check out the playlist if you haven't. Apple Music, Spotify. Click the account. I have multiple other playlists. Some I actually need to finish. Others are finished. I'll be, posting on Instagram. Follow me there if you haven't to keep y'all updated. Anyways, into the topic, Pusha T and Drake 2020. We back at it. The saga continues. Now, how did this start? Pop Smoke's album was supposed to have a song. Pop Smoke, obviously. Young Thug, potentially gonna, I forgot. And of course, Pusha T. Now, Pusha T rapping the usual, but he sneak dissing Drake. He's talking, he's still talking his shit. Now, here we are 2 years later. The beef ain't going anywhere. With the point where they were, Drake calling out his fiance and then him exposing his whole plan, that isn't something that just disappears, especially when it's two rappers in the industry that got a lot on the line. Pusha T as far as, rap credit, and then Drake, that credible rapper. After Meek Mill was something that's always been questioned and will continue to be questioned. His pen will always be questioned. And so now, whenever any battle, anything that could derail you, Drake has to win. At least so the media makes it seem, the fan base, everything. I'll get deeper into that. Anyhow, he takes some jabs at Drake. Young Thug goes on Instagram, didn't know about it, and says, I don't want to be on the track with Push. Of course, rapping about that. And then Push goes on Instagram, and this is where things are slowly going into Drake's plan. Now, let's take a couple step back. 2018, Drake, the whole world finds out, he has a kid. Those, like I said before, for those that pay attention to gossip or certain postings like that, we all knew he had a kid on the way. And there's a couple things that Drake wanted done, wanted to abort the baby for. But anyway, we're not getting into that, too deep into that. Drake is roasted, humiliated, social media, fans, everyone's like, what, that's crazy. Drake got demolished, and everyone's expecting a response back. And apparently a diss track was made, and then boom, Jay Prince told him, hey, cut the deal, just do what you gotta do. After having 40 disrespected, his family issues, the way he views mom and dad, so on and so forth. A couple weeks later, boom, Scorpion releases, breaking records left and right. He has not 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hits right now that are just been on a monster run, starting off with God's Plan, which is on its way to becoming Diamond. Of course, we got Nice for What, I'm Upset, wasn't a big fan of I'm Upset. And then, of course, not Kiki, I was about to say the song called Kiki. But you know what I mean. Right now, for some reason, I can't say the name of the track. So, in this moment, if we know anything about Drake, is that he's very tactical with how he presents himself to the media and how he carries himself out through music. And if you've watched Drake interviews, watch him speak, one thing he references a lot is the 48 Laws of Power, a book that he's read about a lot, and something that he follows, some guidelines he's followed. Now, one thing that helped Drake during all of this, of course, is at the end of the day, you could destroy someone, beef-wise, as far as like, well, everyone getting good laugh from whatever, but what's the outcome? With 50 Cent and Ja Rule, we all know the outcome to that. It don't matter how good Ja Rule is now, niggas will keep disrespecting him and roasting him. With Drake, it's different. You have, everybody, Drake lost, but damn, I didn't expect that. But you go to the club, and what's playing? I guarantee you it ain't no Pusha T. You pick up some bitches, you talking to some females, vice versa. You might play some Drake, or they're playing some Drake. You don't sit with no girl and go, you want to listen to that new Pusha T? No, you're gonna put on a banger. Now, if it's anything else, like A$AP Rocky, we understand. But for the most part, Drake runs the hits. Drake music, anybody for the most part is gonna enjoy. If you don't like listening to Drake, you don't enjoy Drake, I don't know if I could fuck with you. I'm gonna be honest. It isn't that hard to enjoy his music. Now you gotta force yourself, but you really hate Drake's music, not even trying to be a stan, but it's a little weird. Fandoms, the way they quickly, if you don't care, all right, that's fine. Vice versa with Pusha T. Who listens to Pusha T? Hey, if you're a rap head, you enjoy Pusha T. You listen to clips. You see, I'm not gonna pretend like I listen to clips. Yo, bro, Pusha. No, I really haven't listened to him and his brother. I just know it's Pusha T. It's Pusha T, and only about two albums. That's about it. Anyways, before I keep getting sidetracked. So you have records, platinum records, sales, radio. Everyone's loving Drake. So Drake took an L. But what did he really lose besides, of course, the rap credit aspect? Everybody in the industry that already fucked with Drake is fucking with him. Nobody heard that and said, oh, I ain't fucking with Drake no more. Drake is money. Drake is a brand. You don't cut ties with something that makes you money and keeps you good with other people. So regardless of people, even if they thought he got bodied, like, damn, they're not gonna say that shit publicly. Shit, they might not even say privately. They don't want word getting out. So now here we go. 2 years later, Scorpion's 6-7 times platinum. Right now he's dropping tracks. Tootsie Slide easily going #1. And time is catching up. Time will make or break artists, beefs, things along that line. And now we're starting to see, not that the narrative's being twisted, but what was the effect after all of it if he's still selling like crazy? So anyways, one of the 48 laws of power. Once you've been attacked, once you take a big L in your career, once you've been potentially embarrassed or just outright have nothing to do, always take the high road. Always try to look like the good guy. Or not even the good guy per se, but you know that I'm gonna take the mature, most, way to, instead of just fighting it back to prove like, oh damn, you lost, just take that choice of being the bigger man. And we see Drake play on this, even as far as going on, the shop with LeBron and saying like, oh, how can Push, I wanted to punch him on the face, but I didn't, blah, 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 holding it back. He does those, you see, and that's another thing too. That's something that actors can learn. Now, I was getting a little sidetracked, but if you see the way he acts sometimes, it's like that Drake persona. I don't know how better way to explain it, but when you see him up there, like 1 minute, he be talking about, but the next minute, whenever it's time to cater to the mainstream music audience, American music artist worldwide, he has to play that, that soft facade, Now with that, he already has a reputation established. So to take that high road with all the brands he's endorsed and everything, for the most part, if you're not too big into hip hop or deep, you might read an article or whatever, hear what happened, be like, oh wow. For the casual person, it's like, wow, what a guy. He could have this. So the hardcore people would be like, damn, or whatever. But anyways, that's a 48 law of power I felt that he used and is being used and is eating Push. Now let's take a step back to, what was it? The Grammys? Was it the Grammys whenever he was giving his speech and it got cut off? Think about this. You see everybody saying you killed him. The #1 rapper in the world, the superstar. Someone who they've had beef for a long ass time. I should make a video breakdown on that. Now here you are, waiting for an award to be given. And also in that event, one guy you killed is on there up right now talking. Everyone's loving it up. And then there's this psychological aspect to it. You're looking up to him. You're caught in a situation where that one person you dislike, you feel you destroyed on every level, is talking to everyone and looking down on you. I know that must have ate him up. A lot of people are like, yeah, you're probably thinking too hard. I know that mess with Push. And now we're at a point where he has to tweet and post things on Instagram. And the way Drake likes to play things, he likes to be in the background. He only wants to be seen or heard when he wants to. And then to go back to 2015 with me, trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. That's something that's been a staple in his career as far as his opponents. If they're not able to get the hype or attention or the real damage, they'll start posting, they'll keep going and going. Joe Budden making diss track after diss track, going off and off. It's like, oh, they want attention. The narrative, you heard it here, is slowly gonna be bent. And the more Push keeps on going is, oh, Pusha T just wants attention. Pusha T just wants more clout for his sale. Even though to him, I'm pretty sure it's not about the attention. It's not about the attention. It's about the rap aspect and, personal shit. That whole entire Kanye, Drake situation, potential shooters, all that. It's eating him. It's eating at him. So it's going to be fun seeing what's going to happen. Highly doubt Drake is going to ever respond with an actual diss or even mention Pusha T anymore. It's better for his case for people to just forget about it. Yeah, I mention here and there, but let the music speak. So that's that's where we're at now with the saga. Can't wait for another slight jab at one another. You already know how to do this. This is Rap Nectar. Drop a like, subscribe. I'm out.